Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing an Picsart versus ibisPaint thumbnail challenge, if you read the title of this video. So, first we're starting off in Picsart, and they're both going to look pretty much the same, but they're going to have a little bit of differences, just because both of these platforms have like different features. So I just inserted two in so then I can see like the verses, and I'm going to blur the background so then I really pop out when I insert myself into the thumbnail. Now I'm going to do a little line so then I can separate the two and, not make it look like just one background. Again, trying to do that versus. And so I've never really used the green screen feature on Picsart, but there's always a first time for everything. And I decided to use it this time just because I'm trying new things, and this is a Picsart vs. ibisPaint battle, not a Picsart and some sort of magic eraser tool. Alright, so far it actually is a really good tool, and I would definitely suggest it, but there is a couple things you need to go and adjust. Alright, and now that my character is all done, I always like to add stroke and drop shadow. If you've seen any of my thumbnails, I do this in both apps, and I think that Picsart is doing better than I thought it would. ibisPaint is normally what I use, but Picsart is actually a very good alternative. I actually used it for my first video, and that turned out well, so oh well. And now I'm going to use two different sections so then I can kind of overlap them, but I couldn't find a good cursive font here. So I think that's kind of what led to my preference of the ibisPaint one. But I do love how you can get the texture icon and just basically color your whole thing randomly. So that's really cool. Anyway, I'm just going to add some drop shadow to this text, and I think we're nearing the end here. We just have to add two little things around to really clickbait, I guess, the audience. So with special announcement, and I forgot to mention that there is a special announcement at the end of the video. I'll probably add that in the beginning. But there is, and it's really, really special, so definitely stick around. Alright, so we added that camera just like how we added the rest of the stuff, so I figured I didn't need to show you that. But now, I just like to shade my characters because it adds a little bit more depth and kind of click-worthy because I can do that, I don't know. And so I think it's good. Now we're just going to add a lens flare, because I always like to, because it adds a lot of depth, again, to the thumbnail, and it, just adds a bunch of flare. Now I'm just going to add the caption right here, and we'll be good to move on to ibisPaint. Alright, voiceover nugget is back, and I'm going to go into ibisPaint to start the second thumbnail. So, you'll notice later on that I actually did a different style of background. So, instead of just putting a little line there, I decided to kind of warp them together. Honestly, it wasn't that good of a decision, but I'm always open to trying new things. So, I guess this is the show of that. So, what do you prefer? The classic or the warp? And I know it kind of looks a little funky, but we're going to blur the whole thing so you won't really be able to tell that it's kind of, not ideal. And then I love erasing background in ibisPaint just because it's so easy. You just have to go to the selection layer, and then basically your job's already done for you, and then you just have to click bucket. Now I'm going to add my stroke, but instead of drop shadow, I'm going to go with the red glow to kind of emphasize the two sides kind of versus / facing each other. And now I'm going to go with the text. So this has gone by pretty quickly because I already know the whole way of making thumbnails here. And what I like to do, if you've seen any of my other thumbnails, is a pretty basic font, this is this one, and a cursive font to go overlap it. That way it kind of adds more depth, I guess. Now I'm going to go in with the other text, and I want to put it in a layer above it so then it can overlap. And I wasn't really keen on any of these fonts. until I reached Muthiara, which is kind of my favorite font. It's very cute, and I would definitely suggest downloading it for your ibisPaint or Picsart thumbnails. So I'm just going to color it a random color because we're not actually using that color, as you'll see it in a moment here. So if you select opacity and then go to the filter, then you can go to parallel gradation and kind of make like a gradient in your text. And it's like super duper cute. I would definitely suggest it. And if you want a full tutorial, just ask me down in the comments, And alright, I put the special announcement in the camera just like how I did in Picsart and just like how I did the text. So I figured you did not need to see those just because I'm trying to get this video moving along. Definitely shaded too, just like the Picsart because I love shading. And it looks like our thumbnail is done. So I'm going to save them. And here's the comparison. Which one do you like better, the Picsart or the ibisPaint? Do you recognize these faces? Yep. Me, Carly, and Goose are all starting a new group channel. We already have a video and 2 shorts up, so definitely go check it out. And we love you guys, and I'll have every link in the description. See you guys later. Bye!